Why do some houses sit on the market in Northern Virginia, even in areas everyone still calls hot? If you're a buyer, you've probably scrolled past a listing and thought, why is this house still available? What's wrong with it? And if you're a seller, you may be asking a different version of the same question, which is, has my home lost value because it didn't sell right away? Why didn't we get an offer in the first weekend? Those questions are coming up constantly right now from both sides of the table, and they deserve a clearer answer than what most headlines or quick takes are offering. In case we haven't met, I'm Tanya.blosser, a longtime resident and real estate agent here in Northern Virginia. And today we're talking about why some homes don't sell in the first weekend of being active, even when they're in those most highly desirable neighborhoods. More importantly, what that actually means and what it doesn't. Here's what I want you to walk away with today. This is not about panic. It's not about a crashing market. And it's rarely about something being wrong with the house. Most of the time, it comes down to three very basic things. And in this order: price, presentation, and condition. Layered on top of that, overconfidence from past market cycles and a lack of pricing psychology or seller buy-in for a real strategy. Now that sounds like a lot, but let's start with price because it always comes first. Price isn't just a number, it's a signal. And in today's Northern Virginia market, buyers are reading that signal more carefully than they ever have before. Across the region, the average days on market has increased from about 18 days in 2024 to roughly 23 days in 2025. That doesn't sound dramatic, but it's meaningful. It tells us that buyers are taking a little more time to make their decisions. They're comparing and they're having time to think. In some of the most desirable pockets of our area, places like North Arlington or McLean, days on market are even longer. And in parts of McLean, average days on market are hovering closer to 35 to 40 days. Homes are still selling, prices are still strong, but buyers are no longer rushing in blind. And that's where the pricing psychology really matters. Buyers don't evaluate a home in isolation. They compare it to everything else they've seen online, everything they've toured last weekend, and everything their agent has shown them over the last 30 days. If a house feels even slightly overpriced compared to those alternatives, buyers are going to hesitate. And once hesitation sets in, time on the market starts to work against perception, even if the home itself hasn't changed. This is where I see sellers getting tripped up by overconfidence from past markets. If you sold or refinanced your home between 2020 to 2022, your reference point is a market where homes routinely sold in a weekend, often over asking with minimal effort. That market trained sellers to believe speed was guaranteed. Today's market is different, not weaker, but just more rational. Prices across our market are still up year over year, with the average sold price increasing more than 4% last year. But buyers are no longer rewarding optimism alone, they're rewarding alignment. That brings us to presentation. And presentation is not about luxury, it's about clarity. When buyers walk into your home or scroll through it online, they're asking one question: does this feel easy to move into? Homes that sit often aren't bad, they're just not answering that question very clearly. Photography matters more now than ever. Lighting matters more now than ever. Decluttering matters more now than ever. A home that feels neutral, well cared for, and thoughtfully prepared gives buyers confidence, and confidence shortens decision-making time. When presentation is off, even slightly, it creates friction. Buyers start looking for reasons to wait, to negotiate, or to keep shopping. Condition is the third piece, and this is where buyers' questions really come into play. When buyers ask, why is this house still on the market? What's wrong with it? They're not being cynical or critical, they're being cautious. Deferred maintenance stands out more now than ever. Small things like older roofs, worn floors, dated systems, lack of paint don't necessarily kill a deal, but they add up in a buyer's mind. And when interest rates are higher, buyers are more sensitive to future expenses. For sellers, this often is where anxiety sets in. Has my house lost value because it didn't sell right away? The answer most of the time is no. Value isn't erased by days on market, but momentum can be, and momentum is created by the right strategy. This is where lack of seller buy-in can quickly sabotage a sale. A strong strategy requires alignment on pricing, on preparation, and on timing. When sellers agree in theory but hesitate in practice, pricing a little high to test, skipping certain prep steps, resisting early feedback, the market will respond with silence. Not because buyers aren't there, but because they're waiting for clarity. And there's something both buyers and sellers should hear clearly. Longer days on market do not automatically mean the market is crashing. Across Northern Virginia, more than half of homes are still selling within the first 10 days, which is phenomenal. That's a balanced market. The difference is that homes selling quickly tend to be the ones that are priced accurately, presented cleanly, and align with current buyer expectations from day one. Those are premium homes. For buyers, a home that's been on the market a little longer isn't necessarily a red flag. It can be an opportunity if you can understand why it hasn't sold yet. Is it price? Is it presentation? Is it condition? Or is it simply a home that entered the market slightly ahead of buyer readiness? For sellers, not getting an offer the first weekend doesn't mean anything is wrong or broken. It means it's time to just reassess, not emotionally, but strategically. What feedback are we getting? What comparisons are buyers making? Where does this home sit relative to what else is available on the market right now? If you're a homeowner in Northern Virginia wondering why your home hasn't sold yet, or a buyer simply trying to understand what time on market really means, I am always happy to have a conversation and talk through it. Take a look below for a link to my personal calendar. Let's hop on a quick Zoom call and strategize about your specific situation. As always, I'm Tanya Blosser, and this is Tanya's Take.